During the performance this evening, please, no photography or video recording. Tonight's featured show is about to begin. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic.
Entertained audiences on 6 continents, from the Hollywood Magic Castle to the London Palladium, with thousands of theaters, cruises, colleges, corporate and private events in between. Please welcome back to the House of Cards, your Chief Impossibility Officer, Joe M. Turner.
All right, good evening, everyone. Holy smokes, it's the late Friday show. You guys, it's the weekend. Finally, you're here, you made it. My name is Joe Turner. It's a pleasure to have you at the House of Cards. My job over the next 25 minutes or so is to amaze you with a number of the unusual skills and abilities that kept me from dating in high school. It's going to be real fun for you. Kind of a tragic flashback for me, but we'll get through it together somehow. When I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to do magic. All the books said you should start by getting a coin from your dad's change, your mom's purse. Just put it on the back of your hand, see if you can open and close your hand without dropping the coin, which I'm pretty sure some of you can't do right now, but that's okay. This isn't really magic, it's just getting a sense of spatial awareness, the musculature of your hand. Then the book said, put it on the first finger, try to isolate the muscles of the second finger, lift it vertically, and let it fall over to the next finger. And to do that with all 4 fingers. And the book said that if you did this every day for 5 or 10 minutes, over time, it would get smoother and faster and faster and smoother. And the book said that if you did this long enough, people would clap. Apparently you weren't able to see, sir. Well, thank you very much. I hate to leave anyone out. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. 24 minutes to go. No, my friends were like y'all. They were like, well, I mean, it's cool, it's dexterous, but it's not really magical, is it? Magic is when something vanishes from one place and reappears somewhere else when you're not looking. Like you put it in one part of your body and it comes out the other side. Politely. And then my friends were like, well, that's more magical technically, but it's still, clearly you're using sleight of hand, right? You're hiding the coin somehow, or where we can't see it. It's between your fingers or behind your hand, maybe it's going up your sleeve. If only you had some kind of barrier, a barrier made of steel or titanium or silk, so that when you put the coin in your hand, you know it's not going through your fingers, we know it's not going up your sleeve. Then and only then, if it disappeared, might we believe it could be magic. And that was a pretty good trick for a 6-year-old, would you agree? There's the point. Yeah, so not much action in high school. But by the time I got to college, and I could make, thank you, get invited to parties and stuff. It also looks like I found the level of the room, so that's, we're going to have a great 22 minutes remaining. So there you go. As you heard in my intro, it says that I'm quote unquote the Chief Impossibility Officer. That alludes to the fact that most of the places I work are like corporate meetings and events, and I know you're thinking, this guy, he's so bland and boring, but in that room, I'm like a rock star, really. And so here's what I do. I'm going to call our meeting to order. We have 3 items on the agenda. The first, conjuring, sleight of hand, visual magic. You may have seen some close-up magic from Gary and Ranton and Mark tonight. Did you enjoy some of the close-up magic? They were fantastic. So cards and coins and the stuff you look at, coins and bottles and all of that. I'd like to do some sleight of hand magic for you now, but I want to involve some of you. So I'm going to start by asking some of the gentlemen in the room. Are any of you wearing a ring on your finger? Maybe a metal wedding band, signet ring, fraternity ring, or anything like that, or like a class ring? You've got one. Could I borrow your ring just for a moment, sir? What's your name?
Dustin.
Dustin. With your may I borrow your ring? Thank you very much. Oh, that is beautiful. Is anyone else wearing a ring? Is anyone else wearing? I'm going to put that on my finger just so it's.
There you go.
Is it metal? Is it metallic? You've got one. Let me take the one from the gentleman right behind you. He was sort of. I didn't mean to look away at the last moment. I'm sorry. I want to try to spread this around the room. What's your name, sir?
Brian.
Brian? Brian. Thank you for that, Brian. So that's 2 rings. Do we have anyone in the back that's got a ring that I can borrow temporarily? Oh, gentlemen. Oh, a nice maroon jacket. I like it. Nick, what's your name?
Jake.
Jake. So 3 rings, 3 different metals and styles. And I'm going to try to create an experience with these 3 items that for most of us will be a magical metaphor for the deep and abiding importance of human connection. It's so sweet. For 3 of us, it's going to be a magical moment where we realize we might be going home with you guys. Let's just see. It's low tech, I know. Let's see. See me after class, young lady. Who was my first volunteer? Right down front. Who was my first volunteer? It was over. And your name again, Dustin. Do you see that your ring is now physically linked on there? Do you see it? Right there.
Yep.
Physically linked onto the chain with the other rings. And who was I had a guy in the back who had a ring. What was your ring? Your ring was the dark one, the darker one. You see it physically linked on there. And then last but not least was here. Do you see your ring physically linked on to the chain? Stunning. Is everyone okay? Are you okay, ma'am? Have another drink. It'll be fine. Let's see. Let's thank these guys for volunteering their personal property for our entertainment pleasure. Let's see if I can get these back to the people they belong to. I only start with the end in mind. That was the back where you had the dark ring with the facets. So we pull that one off. Right off the chain. Thank you, sir. Make sure it is your ring and it is in the same condition that it was when we began. Yes?
Yes.
Very good. That leaves us with 2. It looks like maybe a gold and a white gold. I can't quite see in the light. But I'll do the, ooh, goodness. Do the best I can. Please don't look away. We'll try to bring this to a conclusion. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Please take the one that belongs to you. Or the other. I believe this one is yours. Make sure it is the one that you started with. A round of applause for our 3 participants. So, agenda item 1, box checked. Let's move on, shall we? The second branch of the illusion arts that I'd like to demonstrate for you tonight in sort of our 40,000-foot survey of the landscape is a different category. It's called mentalism. Maybe you've seen some of it on TV, mind reading, ESP, parapsychology, that sort of thing. And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't honestly believe in mental like mind reading per se, like as an exact science. I've been married 29 years. It's just, it can't be done. I've tried it from every angle. But I don't believe in that, but I do believe in strong theater. And because of that, you know, it's really the most compelling theatrical premise you can imagine. This is the last bastion of privacy, is our thoughts. They know what you're typing on your phone and on your computer. They know where you've been. They know what you had for dinner. They know, you know, what you were talking about in front of your Alexa. They know everything. I don't even know who they are. Maybe some of you are them. I don't know. But this is the last place you can go that is totally private. So the premise that someone could poke inside there and find out anything is pretty compelling. We're going to explore it in a safe theatrical environment tonight. And now I'm going to ask the ladies to play. Ladies, in your mind, go back to some of your early childhood memories. See if you can focus in on that first moment when you might have experienced the pangs of puppy love. Who was that first kid? Don't say his name out loud or her name, I don't know. And the maybe in class at school or across the street, down the block, somewhere, you know, Sunday school class, I don't know. But you had this first crush. If you could imagine that person's name, that would be great. I want you to focus on it. If that can't work for you, maybe it was too painful of a breakup, I don't know. Maybe it's too awkward because of the person you're sitting next to tonight. Don't think of that. Think of a city somewhere in the world that you might like to visit, right? Maybe a town or a city or country, someplace you've been that you would like to go back to. For the sake of argument this week, let's not say Paris. It's kind of a little over the, in the news. So if you don't like the person, you didn't like a city, maybe you can remember a gift that you received, maybe at Christmas or graduation or something, some special occasion you received a gift that meant something to you, you can remember that. So a person or a place or a thing, would you just jot down your memory on that card? And let's find someone back here. They're volunteering you, are you okay?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, if you'll jot down a memory on the card. Now let's get someone over here. Would you jot down a memory on the card? Fantastic. So you're gonna, okay, these ladies are just gonna write down, well, we don't need the whole book, right? Just a word or two of the memory that you have in mind. Once you've done that, fold the card in half, and then fold that in half, right? So once one way and once the other way, and that way you'll fold your card into quarters, and you'll be the only person, or possibly the person sitting next to you, you'll be the only person who knows what you've chosen as your random memory in one of these categories. Once you've done that, hold the card in the air, and if you'll drop it in the outer pocket, not the ticket pocket, but make sure it goes in the outer pocket, and I'll take the pen. For the ladies who don't know, in a gentleman's jacket, there's often an inner ticket pocket and an outer large pocket. So all the pockets that are not in your dresses are in our pockets. So that is just for our convenience. If you'll just drop that in the outer pocket, and I'll take the pen. Thank you. And last but not least, right over here, I'll take the pen. You can just drop that in the pocket. What was your name?
Karen.
Karen,
Yes.
with an M?
Yes.
Karen and
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. Do you prefer Mackenzie?
Yes.
Do you prefer Kinsey or Mackenzie?
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. And last but not least, Rebecca. Are you a K-A-H or a C-C-A? C-C-A. All right. So these ladies have all committed a memory. We are going to go through them. I'm going to try to identify using lie detection whose memory belongs to whom. Sir, you have a very important job. Would you hold one hand in the air with a finger extended? Thank you for that choice. You never know what's going to happen. If you'll put the finger in my pocket all the way to the bottom and just stir the cards around. And people laugh, but it's for a good purpose. You can lift it up. I don't want people to think, well, he saw that she put hers toward the front and she put hers toward the other side, so he would know just by position. Now they're in whatever position you made them. I'm going to try to figure out which card is which using lie detection. I will read a memory out loud, and I'm going to ask this memory to each of you. You are all going to say no. When I say, is this your memory? You're all going to say no. That means that 2 of you will be telling the truth and 1 of you will be lying. And I'm going to try to identify who the liar is, all right? So no matter how I say it, you're going to say no. Do you understand the rules?
No.
You got a hint. You got a hint. So I'm going to read this memory out first, and you're all going to say no. Rebecca, did you choose Jordan? Mackenzie, did you choose Jordan?
No.
And Karen, did you choose Jordan? Karen, are you sure you didn't choose Jordan? Are you absolutely positive you didn't choose Jordan? You know I can tell you're telling the truth because Mackenzie was such a bad liar on this one. Let's give it to Mackenzie. A big round of applause for Mackenzie. You did great. Let's take the next one. I'm not even going to look at it. It was Dustin. If you'll hold on to that, people were like, well, maybe he knows by the way the pen writes or like something about the card. If he looks at it, he knows whose is whose. So I won't even look at it. He's going to tell me what the memory is. I'm going to ask Rebecca and Kara if this is their memory. And they are going to both say no. And then as a group, we'll try to determine who was telling the truth and who was telling the lie. So what's the memory? Carlos. I'm not going to look. I'm going to ask them both. Thank you for the extra drama. That was great. Oh, it makes me want to buy a car with a rich Corinthian leather. All right, so I'm going to ask Rebecca and I'm going to ask Karen, and they're both going to say no. So let's do Rebecca, Carlos, Karen, Carlos. Rebecca, Carlos. Karen, Carlos. Okay. Just as an audience poll, how many think it's Rebecca?
No.
How many think it's Karen?
Yes.
I think you're correct. She was trying to underplay it too much. And it was just too quiet. So I'm going to give a round of applause for Karen. That leaves me with Rebecca. Can I ask you to join me for a moment, please? A round of applause for Rebecca. Come on up, let's just if you'll just stand right here, and with your left hand, reach back into my pocket and take your card out. We're just not even going to open it. Just hold it closed in your fist. Don't open your fist. Hold it above your head. Thank you very much. Think of this memory, and I'm going to try to go specifically to the next level and find out what the random thing is that she has thought of. And this week so far, I've had a Nintendo Switch. I had cheetah flip-flops, which, I mean, so that was a gift that meant something. So just think of this that you've chosen as your memory. Don't say it. Okay. And the first thing I can tell is this is not a physical gift. This is not something you received like in a box or with wrapping paper or in a gift bag. This is, I am sensing location and all right. Rebecca, we've never met. We didn't set anything up. I got a sense that you were thinking of a location and it was not domestic. It was an international location. Is that correct? What was the international location that you chose? Israel? Well, I told you I don't really believe in mind reading, but I do believe in strong theater. So that's what I chose as well. A big round of applause for Rebecca. Thank you very much. You can go back to your seat. Please take care stepping down off the stage. So, very good. All right, so round two. agenda item, box check. You guys having a good time? All right, well, for this last illusion of the evening, I need to have the assistance of a couple who might be willing to come up on stage together and help. Is there anyone volunteering themselves? What's your name, sir?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah? I'm Joe. Would you mind stepping up? Please bring a woman with you from the audience. It could be the one you came with or someone else. This is your chance. Oh, very good. So, your name? Alisa. If you'll step to my right, and Jeremiah, if you'll step to my left. And you look great. What is this? What is this?
It's a mission qualification.
Fantastic. Thank you. So nice to meet you, and nice to meet you. How do you spell your name? Alisa with an A. All right. Well, I'm Joe. The third branch of magic that we're going to cover is what we call escapology, the art of escape. This is the kind of magic where people are bound or confined in some way, and they try to free themselves before something else happens. Won't that be fun? No. Man, it's going to be me. It's going to be me. I'm so sorry. It's going to be me. Oh, sorry. It's going to be me. It's fine. So, but with your permission, Elisa, I need some freedom of motion for this. May I remove my jacket? I was raised in Mississippi. I always ask. Oh, by the way, ladies, before the jacket comes off, as it comes off, please do not rush the stage. Just very every time. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to hold the jacket in a certain way. You're going to put your left hand under this shoulder. You'll put your right hand under this shoulder, and it'll be like a little curtain. Right there. Not right now, but in a moment, that's where we're headed. So, in order to do an escape, I have to have something from which to escape, which is okay because I have come prepared with an OSHA-compliant House of Cards escape emergency kit. If you'll hold the bottom end of the rope, and Elisa, if you'll take the other end of the rope, pull on it, make sure it is solid rope. People are like, well, maybe there's I had someone say there was Velcro on it. I don't even, pull on it hard, make sure it's woven cotton rope. And in the event that I cannot free myself, I've come prepared with a pair of scissors so you can cut me out. And your name again, I'm sorry. Jeremiah. Now, if any of you are sensitive to very bright light or highly reflective surfaces, now is your opportunity to get your protective eyewear, because these sleeves are going up. What is underneath here is horrifying. I mean, look at that. This is the shirt, and that is me. It's hard to tell. I know it's funny, but you can't spray that on. You have to grow it yourself. So there you go. I just do this so you can see I don't have any blades or anything hiding up my sleeve. If you'll let go, I'll make a knot. You're going to hold both ends again. I'll put my wrist in there. Please pull it tight until it's on my skin. Let's actually loosen it and go up the wrist just a little bit so it's not on the bone. And now pull and use both hands and pull as hard as you can. I'm not kidding. Come on. I'll stop you. Now I'm feeling that. I'll keep the pressure right there. In the front, you can see my skin is kind of being folded and wrenched into that knot pretty good there. And if I flex, you can feel the pulsing of the ligaments and muscles and stuff. That's good. And the hand is going to start to change colors, but that's fine. It's just a blood flow. And if you'll let go of the rope, just let go completely. You see how you can drop it. Just drop it. You can see how it maintains the pressure because the cotton rope cinches down really good. So, it isn't change color. Okay. So, Elisa, you're going to take the other ends and tie my other wrist on there. Jeremiah, help her make this first knot that she's going to make there. Make sure there's no slack. There's another ½ inch right there. But pull it tight, pull it tighter. And then someone put your finger on there and make sure it doesn't slip. And then put another knot on top so that there's no additional room inside either loop. And you can't put your finger between the rope and my skin comfortably on either
Certainly not, just the nail maybe. Very good. So if you will now grab the jacket and hold it the way I showed you. You want to check this out? I think they didn't time it up. There might be room for another knot. If you can put another knot with the ends there. Can you put another knot on there? Yeah, that was said with authority. Heck yeah! All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm now going to, if you'll step this way, a little, both of you step on, like a half step in. You're going to lift this up. Just not, no, just like chin level. Now, in a moment, I will attempt to free myself from the impossible bonds into which I have been placed by Jeremiah and Elisa. This I shall attempt to do in 30 seconds or less. You're wearing a very nice watch. I'm not going to steal your watch. Hold it, like I said, just a little under my chin, a little bit lower. Now, step forward a little bit, step forward, but keep this back here. Now, you're going to keep your watch. Can you see your watch? Can you see, do you have your watch on? Are you wearing, does your watch have a second hand? Can you see the second hand? You're going to give me on your mark, get set, go. And then I get 30 seconds to free myself. Now, I will not be able to do it the normal way because they tied my hands behind my back. And now being tied in front of my back, I would have to go through the torso, through the spine, out the back. It would be ridiculous. Nobody wants to see that. So we're going to go back around here. You're going to go on your mark, get set, go. And then every 5 seconds, you'll call out 5, 10, 15 so that I know where I am. Oh, wait, give me on your mark a second. Wait, he's going to do it. Go. Okay, very good. I was just looking for the rhythm of how we were going to get there. So, are we at 5 already? That's 5. Let me know when we're getting close to 10. And why don't we stop at 10 and give them both a big round of applause. Easy now. I'm happily married, Elisa. You better grab that emergency kit for me, Jeremiah. Grab those scissors out. Of course, I'm not sure what good the scissors will be against the cold, hard steel. But fortunately, attached to the scissors is a ribbon, and attached to the ribbon is a key. This is a very handy thing to have at a time like this, Elisa. You know why? Because I'm Presbyterian. And this is 5 shades of gray past my record. You can give them both a big round of applause. 50. Now, very good. All right. Well, a round of applause again for Jeremiah and Elisa. And for those of you who would like to see, you can actually see the pattern of the woven rope in my skin. They did exactly what I asked them to do. All right. Well, I think we have completed our agenda for tonight's meeting. We did some conjuring and sleight of hand. We did some mind reading, and we even did an escape. I hope that you've enjoyed your visit to House of Cards Nashville. If you did, please go online, write them a review on Google or whatever, Yelp or whatever your favorite. I don't know, what are you on? MySpace? What are they doing? I don't know. But whatever you're on. And my name is Joe Turner. I'd love to be connected with you as well. Look me up on Insta and LinkedIn and Facebook and all that. And if you enjoyed it, write a review, tell your friends so that we can continue to bring amazing magic here to Nashville. It has been a pleasure. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved. All in favor? You guys were great. Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend.